Good morning. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Boy, at the 7:30 Pacific live channeling this morning, we had a really great tour through the chakras with Anubis, which is posted not only on my personal Facebook page, facebook.com/Annie.Batchelder, but also on the Bringing Forth Soul Consciousness page, the group page, and so you can access that. It's a really smooth and wonderful integrating explanation of the different chakras and the way they work together and how they fuel each other. It was quite captivating, if you ask me. But I was in the middle of channeling it, so I was deep in it. All right, folks, this is the live channeling, and you are invited. I want to make an invitation to you to write in the comments or the chat any questions you might have. What do you want to know about? What's going on in your life? What has been mystifying that has stumped you here? And what, are you getting ready to make a choice this way, that way, a third way? And, let Anubis or the Akashic beings of light help you. Christine Darbison, you were there for the earlier thing this morning. And did you like that? Did you like that? Was that helpful in orienting you towards your chakras and their purpose and like that? Thank you for being there. That was wonderful. And thank you for being here. It's wonderful. So we have Dante Perry is watching too. Thank you very much. You're all invited to type in the comments on Facebook or even later on YouTube your questions. What do you want to know? What's kind of haunting you? What's got you? What do you think about when you wake up in the middle of the night? What do you want to think about instead of what you're thinking about? Where's your attention? So I'd love to be of service to you and channel answers to your questions. Let me just go get it sometimes takes a little while for the questions to show up on Facebook. So bear with me while we get this sort of thing organized and while it starts. And feel free to, ask a general question. What's the meaning of chakra 4? Or what happens when we die and like that, if you want to just know general, although not so small. Those are big questions if you ask me, and I'd love to channel on them for you. You may want to know, I had a client ask me, well, what school should my kids go to so they can thrive? And we had some very interesting answers on that one. Good morning, Shara Renee. How are you today? Good to have you in the watching public here. I'm really looking forward to answering people's questions and just knowing what's on your mind. Just ask me, ask the guides. I channel the Akashic beings of light, and they are a part of the way I connect to the Akashic records on your behalf. And they also were a big source of the channelings for the book, Bringing Forth Soul Consciousness and Akashic Records Guide to Living a Fulfilled Life. And they have been very helpful, very helpful. And one of the wonderful things about guides is they're never deprecating. They're never judgmental. They're always kind and compassionate. They always bring to you a greater sense of love, a greater sense of you're on the right path. You know, it may feel awkward right now. Good morning, Diane Dobson. How are you? They always affirm and support you. They never are judgmental or unkind or anything of that nature. So, it makes asking questions much easier, because it's us humans that have the judgments and the preconceived ideas about how I should be or where I should be on my path, if I should be further along than I am. My God, we are where we are. We are where we are. We're with the people we're with. And all of that is important. And, it's accurate. So, questions are can openers to the Akashic records and to information. And I think along the way, as children, we got chastised for having questions, chastised for why is the sky blue, blah blah blah, and why that we were a pain in the ass or something for asking questions. And so in a lot of ways we suppressed our questioning, and we might have suppressed our questioning because we were frustrated with the answers that we got, that they weren't informative enough or they weren't practical enough. Good morning, Leslie Sproul Molendi. How are you? I hope you have a question for the guides to channel on and answer. I love having you here. So instead of chastising you for questions, the Akashic Beings of Light and Anubis, my other guide, all invite them, because that's how we learn. That's how we explore. It's a way of expressing curiosity. It's a way of learning new things, and I love those questions that are like how, what, or why questions. Like, what's the significance of my relationship with XYZ? Or why did I have such a difficult relationship with my mother? Or how does having an illness contribute to my soul's evolution? These are big questions. These are reasonable questions. And you want to know probably how you can best deal with these difficulties and these interactions or this programming or the patterning. And, I love to look at what is the divine blueprint that came with your soul, that is your soul's original divine patterning energetically. I love to see that. That's the most beautiful thing in the world. So give me a question. I'm waiting for them to show up on the Facebook group page. Okay, great. I'm seeing them now. All right. So Rebecca Donald got in here first. Okay, Renee, I'll get to you, or Cheryl Renee, I'll get back to you next. Rebecca Donald asks, is something energetically lost or missing when someone who can't verbally channel reads someone else's channeling out loud to a group? That's a very good question. Well, Anubis is here again. Anubis is making the presence known a lot more lately. Okay. I'm going to read the question again. Is something energetically lost or missing when someone who can't verbally channel reads someone else's channeling out loud to a group? I'm assuming that this is a printed something or something that was channeled, and perhaps the group leader is reading it out loud, but it's not necessarily carrying the energetic nuances of the original guide channeling through that human, and it lands on the paper kind of flat. And okay, so greetings and welcome from Anubis. Of course, there is something slightly lost. First thing, any message of worth is carried, wrapped around, or interwoven with a strong frequency of love. And all the other details come around it or with it, like perhaps a series of stripes energetically, or a single stripe of love with energy coiled around it. Now, if there is, on the person who is reading the channeled message, a sense of disbelief or dishonoring or devaluing the message, of course there's going to be energy lost. Of course there's going to be a bit of perhaps judgment or a holding back feeling to the message as it's being read. And that is one reason why we as guides try to be the one delivering the message. With the instructions of my book, it's suggested that you both listen to Annie's voice as she reads the audio version of the book and read the chapter at the same time, so that all of your senses are stimulated and Annie's voice can carry the energy. She literally brings in the energy of Anubis or the Akashic beings of light to bring that message to life, to bring the energy to you, to place it in your lap for further consideration, or so that you can actually ingest the message and begin to assimilate the energy of that message. Now, that is not to say that you disregard your discernment. Your discernment is part of what you're learning very much to use in this life. In buying something that has been channeled wholesale without any questioning of the veracity of the information, the value of the information is very important. In our view, any message also of worth has practical, applicable, useful information in it. Yeah, if you clean your garage, you will then feel better and lighter about the rest of your life, and your soul purpose can come through and be exercised, something like that. There's going to be in perhaps a piece of homework in the message that allows you to activate the energy that you're trying to activate in the message. Perhaps it is to go within and be present to those doubts, fears, and insecurities, and really reparent them or love them or bring them into your loving awareness and like small children. And then you can be able to accommodate those cranky little loud secondary thoughts that are chattering, and really be able to bring forth the energy of your own message or your own question. So let's see. There is something lost when someone who can't verbally channel reads someone else's channeling out loud to a group. So it sounds like you have a little issue. Just go ahead and have the issue and make up your own mind, Rebecca. You have a very good BS meter inside of you that redlines when something's off. So, believe yourself. Okay, Cher Renee, shall I go to Europe at end of August, even though money is tight? That's the question. You spend a lot of time living in the future and making plans. We would say that you are better off being in the present. And from that very strong centered place in the present moment, send your consciousness out to August and envision yourself in different locations in Europe and how your body feels, what your thoughts are like, what your intuition is telling you. Because this is also how you play with time. You personally play with time. And also, it's how you occupy a very hungry mind that needs lots of information all the time. Give it things to do. So you should you go to Europe? Well, the truth is we are getting, it is not for us to see for you, but to assist you in exploring this ability to check out future energies and to make choices on your own. You're doing a great job of leading your life. Really, Cher, you understand that you are doing a wonderful job of leading your life and getting yourself into good situations and moving yourself about the planet. And this will continue to be so for the next 5 or 6 years because you love the challenge of traveling. And that keeps the mind that you have that needs lots of stimulation and lots of energy and lots of new things to think about. It keeps your mind busy. It keeps it from attacking you or criticizing you and getting absorbed into self judgment and rejection. And if I was really this and so, I wouldn't be where I am now. And that self-judgment does not serve you. So what we're saying to you, by throwing your consciousness out into the future, throw it out into August and let appear whatever appears in August, and to see whether that is where you feel that you thrive or that your soul is very happy. Now, this is different than your mind being happy and entertained. your soul. So even before you throw your consciousness into the future, bring in the light of your soul, embody your soul's light. Really ground yourself in your soul's light and on the earth and into the center of the earth, so that you have that settled present moment stability from which to throw your consciousness out. The other thing that you can do is center yourself by bringing in the light and consciousness of your soul and receiving light from your future self. I think last week we did some receiving light from your future self. Perhaps it was a week before, but that we've done that as part of the processes here. And as you receive light from your future self, ask how it has your future self has chosen for you. And why did it choose for you that particular avenue? How did that serve your personality, the evolution of your soul, your spiritual path? How did it serve? There we go. There's a bit of that feeling of the grass is greener somewhere else. I will be different somewhere else than I am here in this location. You are always you, and there's nothing to be ashamed of as you are. And so there's nothing to run from for truth. In truth, you are always running to yourself. So you might as well do it sitting down in the place you're at right now. Turn around and love yourself and appreciate who you are and how you have had to struggle to bring that forth, and all of the skills that you have acquired along the way that need expression beyond the mind. That's why we are enjoying seeing you at these fairs working. Okay. Yes, being in the present, I'm always wondering where my next home is. You are wonderful. Oh, thank you. You are wonderful. I'm reflecting your wonderfulness back to you. Oh, my goodness. And you're getting Turkey or Slovenia. Very interesting. So that's an interesting result. Good. So let's see, Christine Darbison says, how to discern where I should live. Health issues and aging house and yard are very real concerns. Housing options are very pricey, not receiving specific guidance on where I can be of better service than this present location. Thank you. Well, that is a whole reading in itself, Christine. And we'll see what the guides want to bring forth as the most relevant and immediate need. Okay. You're not receiving specific guidance on where you can be a better service than this present location. Okay. Welcome from the Akashic beings of light. We are looking at your energy and your light as it is right now. And we do see that you are somewhat disconnected from the second chakra, which is where plans are made, next phases of life are generated. There literally are to Annie's view, there are 3 nests of hay holding eggs of 3 sizes: large, medium, and small. Large is the most urgent issue that you are working on, and it seems like that is your living situation. So we're going to take that as the first issue. Okay, we're going to set that aside for a moment. Second issue is developing the work that you do, and continue to develop this work that you do. You know that the work that you do can bring forth much more satisfying results for your clients as you bring forth new things, but you've been feeling flat and unsourced, uninspired with this service that you provide of late. And that's because so much energy is going into problem number 1, your living situation where you live. And let's see, the third egg, the smallest egg, is energetics. And it's personal energy. Your physical energy seems to be minimized, reduced, not as functional as it needs to be. Now, your personal energy has a lot to do with where you live. And we would say to you, add D3, more vitamin D3 and some B12 injections, or at the very least, sublingual B12 on a regular daily basis. You're pretty depleted in those 2 vitamins, and they need to be up to add to your energy. I think you would also benefit from L-glutamine, just as a tablet that will help you recover from energy expenditures and rest more deeply, or come back refreshed from energy demanding activities, whether it's a walk or a hike that's pleasurable, or having to do yard work and so forth. Now, where you live. This is a whole conversation that should be done in a full reading, my dear. Where you live is a very complicated situation. It's sort of like answering to the house and what it wants and needs, not just as a physical structure and location on the planet, but what it needs to be maximized in its usefulness, and how you can use it to better your situation in life. And I think some of that is very personal, and I don't necessarily want to do it on a public forum here. There's a lot to that. Does that make sense to you? I hope that helps a bit. So, all right. How does it work? Okay. I think that's as much as I can do for you right now, Christine Darbison. Thank you for being on the earlier show, and I think that was a really good thing for you to be included in, because it balances the chakras and lets you access more fully the threads of divine will, and incorporating them into your self-will, as well as incorporating divine will into your work, your health plans. I'm also seeing some diminishing energy in your ovaries. So you might have your hormones checked, because they seem surprisingly low, and have them look at, all of them, specifically, you know, estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone, because I think you are a little bit low on testosterone, which is in some of your go get 'em energy, your functional energy, your ability to focus specifically. And like that. Okay, is there anything else the guides want you to know? They do want you to know that you are lovingly held in the lap of the divine. You are lovingly guided along the path. And it's all right that you have this sense of insecurity and the sense of insufficiency to meet life's challenges is literally related to the vitamin D3, the B12, and the L-glutamine. And those situations being remedied, it'll take about 3 weeks for them to really, really kick in. So be really consistent for at least 3 weeks, if not longer, as a lifestyle, taking those elements in, then you'll find that what you are looking at won't seem so insurmountable. You won't be so overwhelmed by these issues. Very good. Okay. Turkey and Slovenia. Very good. Well, Shara Renee, you have lived in Slovenia in a past life. Actually, you were there for 3 lives in a row because of the political situation there. It's been in 3 lives from about 1000 to about the late 1300s in Western years. And it was very much a part of a rather gypsy-ish lifestyle, and that, you know, you still have that sense of gypsy traveling, carrying your goods on your back, or being self-contained in your traveling home, that you are the home wherever you live, that no one can own the earth, these dividing lines that we call countries or counties or states, or are fictitious inventions by man to say, mine, this is mine, and you can't, or the rules here are different because this is our country. And these are some of the conflicts in which you have struggled and fought and experienced many times in lives. And so one of the things that you've done to ease your sense of feeling as if you are a stranger on the planet is to break down these lines and cross them over and over and over again, lifetime after lifetime, blurring these lines. No one can own the earth. It's a ridiculous concept, isn't it? It's so self-centered. It's so greedy. We all own the earth. We don't own the earth. We just utilize it. Mother Earth owns the earth. She owns this planet, and she allows us to be on it, and it requires our respect and gratitude. Also, there was a very long time ago in your current lifetime, when you were a child, maybe by 6 or so, you realized that there was a great disrespect of the earth. And so you made a commitment to carry your things and your sense of life on the planet lightly. And that's one reason why you travel. Pat Hansen, good morning. She says, my energy has been somewhat low. Can you do similar scan of what I may need to perk up? Very good, Pat. Yes, energy has been low. And if you're not, or if it's really like some days really good and other days like, what happened? That's been my experience as well. And it has to do with well, there's something inconsistent about the way you eat. You know, you're on your own, you feed yourself when you feel like it, but you don't necessarily plan ahead if you leave the house and then you get hungry and then you get a stopgap food and then you kind of stop the gap, but you never get to the buying a planned set of meals and eating as planned. And there's a level of discipline that's involved in this that you've been able to disregard at times in your life and get away with. But now, at this time in your life, you do need to feed yourself a little extra protein than you have been eating and more regular influxes of protein throughout the day. It's odd, but as we age, we actually need a little bit more protein to keep our energy levels up and to fuel the cell replacement that's going on actually fairly radically, especially in your body. Now, the fact that you are excreting used cells or having your blood system carry off these used cells that are no longer producing says to me also that your telomeres are not supported, and you may want to do some of that telomere support. When we are done with this, I will email you a contact with Annette Nilsson. She sells some telomere support herbal blends that have been very, very useful in stabilizing my energy and making me resilient and stabilizing my immune system. So I recommend that. Let's see, they're called Protect and Defend. These are two elements, as well as the third element, which is really the fundamental element, would be balance oil. And this oil balances the omega-3s with the omega-6s, because we are in our culture here in the United States, we're over on one and under on the other, and when we're under, that just throws everything off. And the balancing those things can be incredibly healing and remedying, and allows the body to rebuild and resupply, and keeps the telomeres long. The telomeres are really age indicators in terms of just cellular health. And so you may have heard about them in your background. Thank you, Pat. I'm so glad. Christine Darbison says, thank you so much. Already taking some of the supplements mentioned, and Medicare does not do any nutritional testing. Can check them on hormonal testing. I have been tested by alternative means and energy is very low. Okay. I see that. Well, you may want to also try some of these. I'll post publicly on this site Annette Nilsson's information, and so you can talk with her about ordering these supplements and these things. I think they'd be all really good. I take all three, and I believe in all three, and I'm pretty darn healthy. Medicare, yeah, Medicare will probably do hormonal testing, and but I know that the AMA is not. Oh, Medicare will probably also test vitamin D3 for you, Christine. I know that that's been gone through my Medicare system and was approved. It was ordered by my neurologist, who I don't think of as being at the least bit alternative, but she was very strong on vitamin D3 because we've experienced that. We're learning that vitamin D3 is used in almost all metabolic processes. So, yeah, Christine, when I look at your energy, I'm seeing really kind of a lowness right around the midsection, third chakra, navel up to the apex of the ribs. That whole section, how you're taking in food, how you're digesting food, this or assimilating nutrients, and powering upper chakras is not powered by what's below the upper chakras. So, really, I would say praise your body, Christine. It's seen you through a lot, and it's still with you. It loves you, and it's very loyal. And so rather than seeing it as being obstructing your goals and dreams and being a problem, is praise your body, love your body. Everything, everywhere, all people, all the time need love and praise. They grow through love and praise and appreciation, not through criticism, pulling back, punishment, or deprecation. Yeah, very good. So let's see, what do we need now? Just going to refresh the comments so I can see if I missed anything. You guys are asking really good questions. I love interacting with you this way. This is exactly what I love to see. Good morning, Marco Kransky. Hello, hello. Marco is my beautiful assistant. He gets so much work done for me, and as a self-employed person, I'm doing everything. These products, Christine wants to know the spelling of the women's products that you mentioned. Doing acupuncture because spine is not supporting ribs. Okay. That would answer the the sort of dimness in energy, Christine, of your third chakra, or that whole area, spine and rib cage. That makes sense. The woman's name is Annetta Nilsson. Let me see if I can put it in now. I'm gonna have to stand up to do this. And her products are from Zeno. Let's see, yeah. And it's Zeno Balance Oil and Protect and Defend. Oops. Now I've got to get her contact information and see if I can post that. It's going to take a second. Annette's number. Here we go. This is her her phone number. Oh, that's her Zoom. Whoopsie. That's not what I wanted to put up there. Hang on. I guess that is what I want to put up there. And oh, her email address. Sorry, I'm thinking slow. Copy. Here we go. You guys are being very patient. Thank you very much. So she's a beautiful woman, very intelligent, and she has a scientific mind because she's had to solve a lot of her own health problems in very creative manners, and has found these products to be really, really useful in some very serious cases in her own health profile. I mean, very difficult health issues have been solved by these things. So I recommend it, and I've done many readings for her, and we're very close. She's a divine person. I consider her like a sister energetically to me. All right. Share Renee, yes, love your blue sky. I mean, is this not beautiful? Yeah. All right. Christine Darvison, did that answer your question? What is spelling of women's products that you're mentioned? Yeah, that's what I can do. All right, my loves. Yeah, been wonderful to participate today. I so appreciate being of service to you all. Thank you. May you have a lovely, lovely day. And Christine Darvison, at some point, we should probably do a bit of a reading on your house. All right. It's like it's energy is shifting. And I do real estate readings. I can look up the Akashic records of the home that you own, and look at its higher purpose and what it's needing and what it doesn't need, and if there's any historical things that need to be cleared, energy that needs clearing, all of that. Good morning, David Greased. How are you? I hope you are doing well with your new certification. Love the view, you'd recognize it. Oh my goodness. Well, I think that's it for today. You have my love, my honoring of all of you. Thank you so much. Oh, you've been a pleasure to work with, and I can't wait to do it again for you all. And buy some little $18 readings. These are such a great value. It's a giveaway on my part, and I can't sustain it for more than another couple of days, and then I have to raise the rates a little bit, but I'm still going to have the service available on my Etsy, through my Etsy store. It's called Personal Guidance and if you go to soulsorcerer.etsy.com, then you can purchase one or more of those as you need, and take advantage of that. All right, I love you. Bye.